What up, Proscenium? Noah here with a very different kind of Minisode. Now, for those of you who made it all the way through episode 300, you know the podcast is changing. And this week, we wanted to give you a little preview of what that's all about. I'm going to tell you, but I'm also going to show you. Well, I'm going to show you with your ears. Look, the whole reason why I'm doing this is that a couple of months ago, I woke up and realized I was kind of bored with the format of the podcast. I started this out as a busman's holiday, and I told myself I'm no longer driving a bus. I'm not making complicated, fun radio pieces for NPR anymore. So I want to make complicated, fun radio pieces for you. And hopefully that will let us take the excitement that we all feel for immersive and experiential work and share it with the world. I want this to be a show where every week you discover the best of everything immersive. I mean that literally in the sense of the best of what's on the site, but also about what's going on. So in any given week, we're not just talking about one topic. In any given week, we're talking about theater, we're talking about VR and escape rooms. We're going interesting places. We're meeting people we wouldn't have met before, like the trip I took last week to Omega Mart in Las Vegas, where the nice folks at Omega Mart at Meow Wolf let me participate in a beta test of an experience they're playing around with, where I met one of their creative operators named Venus. And well, you know what? Let's just have you listen.
Our team down at DART has worked hard creating a range of both high-performance and low-performance sports drinks. You know, something for everybody. And we are looking for appropriate, or, I mean, if you want to say an inappropriate name for them, I am more than happy to hear it.
It is Vegas. It may get inappropriate.
That's right, that's right.
Oh, yeah. We went there.
All right. Similar finish, but more of a sky blue this time. Different end of a spectrum that I'm not going to talk about.
So this is a sports drink, right?
This is a sports drink. So this one starts out as a blueberry with a hint of peppermint and then quickly transitions into the flavor of clear skies after hard rain.
Gender reveal genocide.
Ooh, wait a minute. God, you're a genius. Okay, so if this whole podcasting thing doesn't work out, do you think you could have a career in marketing? Because I do.
Now, it's not all going to be on the scene shenanigans. Each week, we're looking to give you a snapshot of the best in immersive and experiential art and entertainment that week. So not only are we going to Omega Mart in the first episode, but we also have an interview with the creators of Cassunda, which won the Grand Jury Prize for Storyscape's Best Virtual Reality Immersive Story at Tribeca this past month. And we're going to have a part of that here on the podcast, and then there'll be an expanded version of it that's also going to drop into the feed later. So you get a taste, and then for those who want to dive deeper like we used to, that's going to be in there. We're also going to do things like Reporters Notebooks, where we check in with our own team and also with some of our friends. In the first episode, we're talking with Lisa and David Spira of Room Escape Artist, and that'll let us check in on the escape room realm. We're putting a lot in each episode, and something that's really exciting is we have a big interview with acclaimed authors Sean Stewart, Austin Grossman, and Neil Stevenson about their new Audible audio drama, Newfoundland, The Long Haul, which is based on their original ARG work for Magic Leap. Now, those of you who know that Neil Stevenson came up with the term the metaverse. So, I had to ask him about that. You coined the term metaverse back in the 90s, and now every tech and entertainment company is using it to describe their next big thing. I'm wondering.
Oh, really? I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Do you feel like what they're talking about is what you were talking about? Or is there like some out of sync alternate reality going on here with that?
It's...
What, you thought I was going to give you the whole answer? No, you've got to come back to the show next week. You got to listen when we do the actual show. All right. I don't think I've been this excited about this program in maybe forever. Not just because of who we're talking to, but how we're going to be telling you these stories. That we're going to be bringing so much of it to you each week. That we can take that enthusiasm we have and just like kind of wrap it up in this little package that'll be about an hour that you can go then hand to other folks. And we're going to be doing special stuff every episode. Catherine and I are working on a bit we call Immersive 101. We're going to have the review crew drop in and talk about their picks of the week. And then, there'll be special things and news hits and who knows what else is going to be coming your way. And like I said, for those of you who want to dive a little deeper, that's what's going to be going into the Patreon feed. But we're going to make it easier for you to get all that because, and one of the reasons why we have this episode this week is we're migrating our podcasting service over to Acast. Some of you may know Acast, Vice uses it for their podcasts. Some of you may know that they have a whole monetization system. We're not opting into that at the moment. We're still just purely in the Patreon for how we're getting our money. That should mean that Acast isn't putting ads on our stuff. We'll find out. We haven't tried this yet. We'll find out possibly with this episode. But what that means also is Acast has an integration with Patreon. So if you log in through Patreon and get the special feed from Patreon of the podcast and use that in your podcatcher of choice, you're going to get access to whatever bonus material is appropriate to your tier, right? It gives me the ability to do a bunch of tiers. I probably won't do too much of that, but I may play around a little bit if nothing else, just to check it out. But you just gotta one link and you get it all. No more two links. Things will just appear. Not everything is going to go behind a paywall, but, for instance, we talked to Corvus Brinkerhoff, who is the creative director of Meow Wolf Las Vegas. He's just a part of the story that we're putting together about Meow Wolf. But we talked to Corvus for a half hour. So you know what? That's a pretty traditional NoPro talk. That's going to go into the bonus part of the feed. So there is going to be a lot more NoPro radio every single week. And yeah, I'm kind of thinking it was radio and not just podcast. And we're going to find ways to get it to you in even more ways. This is the most exciting time we've ever had here on the show, and easily the most exciting time we've ever had on the site. We're working on the next iteration of the Here Summit and Festival, which will be coming up in January. That's right. January is when the Summit and Festival is. We're working on that. We're working on this podcast. We've got the review rundown going. I'm very, very excited. And I'm so grateful for everyone who's stuck with us all these years. And, it's a kind of magic. And indeed, I'm going to share a little bit of that tape we have of Corvus, because he's talking about Omega Mart. And I had asked him, if the Corvus of 10 years ago, 13 years ago, who started with Meow Wolf could see what had happened, would he believe it? This is how Corvus answered.
There's something mysterious at work here that no one can take credit for. And yeah, that is utterly astounding and surprising and unbelievable. And then the Corvus of right now kind of is in disbelief.
And in so many ways, that's how I feel about the moment we find ourselves in here at NoPro. We've put together this amazing team. We have this incredible community across the world. I was going to say on the internet, not on the internet, across the world. This incredible community that we're so grateful for. A community of creators and enthusiasts. And we just want to bring more people into this tent. And by altering the podcast into this new form, I hope we can do that. I hope that we can share our enthusiasm, and that the new podcast is going to help you share your enthusiasm for this form with all the people in your life. All right. That's enough for me for this week. I got to work hard to get this together. You heard all that I talked about? That's not the show this month. That's the show next week. I got a lot of work to do because we're going to do it week after week after week. All right. Maybe not with a produced piece every week because that's going to kill me if I go that way. But, all right. Thank you all. We're just getting started, and I can't wait for you to hear what we've got, and I can't wait to hear what you think about it. So if you are excited about where we're going, please crow about it. And even wait for the first episode. And if you love it, crow about it. And if you don't, tell me what we can do to make it better. All right. Until next time, I'll see you at the show.